Munna and his boys laughed. I said, "What's the joke?" Munna said, "Nothing. Come on, Riyan, we'll take you where he's coming." So we started to walk. Munna said, "You know, Riyan, we have a news for you." And I said, "What?" "I found out that Lakheera will be bringing the statue that you want." I said, "What? That's great. How did you find that out?" Munna shrugged as if that was nothing. He said, "My boys heard his men talking. I think they said that Lakheera was planning to unload the statue tonight. He has a buyer lined up. So, if you want to steal the statue, tonight's the night." Well, that was obviously the plan. But this new information had created a sense of urgency now. I could not let golden dowser slip away from my fingers again. Munna said, "So Riyan, where have you been for the past month? Haven't seen you around here." I said, "Oh, here and there." He said, "Anything to do with the boat which we were spying on the last time?" I said, "Maybe." I trusted Munna, but I don't know, you got to take some precautions. But Munna was not having any of it. He said, "Come on, Riyan, give us some details." I said, "All right. Do you remember that last month a painting got stolen from Misana?" He said, "Yes." "Well, that was the boat that was used to smuggle the painting out of here." He whistled. He said, "Really? Did you find out who stole it?" I said, "Yes. That's not a secret. Funaka stole it. They stole it and then hung it in the gallery, proudly announcing to the world that we can steal anything from Misana. Anything, anytime." Munna said angrily, "Damn them." I said, "Well, the palace agrees with you. That's what they said." So he said, "Well, what then? What happened next?" I said, "Well, someone went to Funaka and then in the middle of night set fire to the electric grid. And when the whole city was scrambling to restore the electricity, they broke into the art gallery and stole the painting. Just the painting, nothing else. And that painting is back in Mesana." Munna and his boys looked seriously impressed. He said, "Well, the palace must really owe you now." I said, "Well, if you mean the palace owes the man who brought the painting back, well, I guess, yes, the palace might owe him." Munna smiled. I said, "But these are for your ears only. Don't repeat them anywhere else." He said, "Come on, Riyan, you can trust me." We came to a place where there were large piles of flowers, marigold flowers, yellow and orange, and smelling very sweet. Women sat around them, sorting them, making garlands out of them. Right next to them, on the ground, there were many wicker baskets. And can you guess what was inside those wicker baskets? Those baskets were lined with alcohol. I looked at one of them. I read the label. "This rum is banned in Mesana, isn't it?" Munna smiled. The women carefully piled the flowers on top of the liquor bottles till the baskets looked like a pile of flowers. Then those baskets were loaded onto the heads of the boys who went towards Mesana. To the eyes of the police, it might look as if the baskets were being delivered for the morning prayers, but to the people who got them, they would be sufficiently stocked with illegal rum and whiskey ready for the night's party. This is what I like about Khurrambagh. Everything here happens openly. No one's hide it. I saw one of Munna's boys swipe the wallet sticking out from the back pocket of a man who was arranging the liquor bottles inside the basket. I grabbed the boy's hand, took the wallet from him, and gave it to the man. I said, "Sir, I think you seem to have dropped your wallet." The man took the wallet from me and, without any thanks, the boy glared at me and said, "Well, that was mine." And I said, "No." I clicked my tongue, "No. Thieves must have honors." We walked on. Every time I come over here, I'm surprised. I have been here so many times, but the place does not fail to surprise me. Munna came to a stop and pointed. And he said, "Riyan, that is where Lakheera will come tonight." I looked where he was pointing and my heart sank. I said, "You are joking, Munna, right?" He said, "No." Now I got the joke. I know why the boys were laughing when I met them. Lakheera was going to come to Zulika's bar. While every shop and every building in Khurrambagh is brightly decorated